You are being watched.
Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I'm Claire.
And we're back for Person of Interest. We're on season 2. Last time, Reese was protecting.
Oh, yeah.
It was all to do with the mob, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
who the head of HR was.
yeah, we found out who the head of HR is. Quinn.
His face is there.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I was looking. It wasn't the mob boss, was it? I was looking at the wrong one. But it involved the son of the old mob boss. It was with the reporter, the news reporter.
Yeah.
So, there we go. But we found out the head of HR. When are we going to take him down? There we go. This is Person of Interest, Season 2, Episode 6, The High Road. This aired on the 8th of November 2012, directed by Félix Alcalá, and written by Nick van Zeebroeck and Michael Sopczynski. Probably pronounced those wrong, but they're written below me, so there you go. Yeah, The High Road just reminds me of Crash Bandicoot level. What did you say?
Well, that's too far to jump.
No, it's not too far to jump. So, yeah. What is it going to be?
It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be about taking the high road, you know, like the saying of...
Yeah, well, that would make sense.
Take the high road and...
Above who? I don't know. Who's going to take it? Reese? Finch? Carl? Who knows? Let's get on with it. What? Oh, the person of interest.
Yeah.
Why could you not think of the sentence?
The person of...
Right, well, let's see. Full reaction is in the description. You need your own copy to watch along. Just make sure you come back where we talk all about it. Let's go.
Olivia wants to extend the trial separation another 6 months. Neither one of us is willing to bring up the B word. When you get married, I think you found the one. How does anyone know?
I'm no authority in these matters.
I love the music all the time.
What do you make of that man on the bench? He was a violin prodigy.
How exactly does this help stop terrorism?
Before I could teach the machine to find bad people, I had to teach it people in general.
To teach a machine the complexities of human nature. They no offense, but is someone as introverted as you the best person for the job?
Like, I have nothing to say.
Oh. It's learning by watching everyone, even you. That woman painting at the railing. Grace Hendricks, freelance artist.
Why did it show her to us? Well, at least the machine knowing it has good taste.
Don't you recognise her?
Yeah, she was the woman at the house that Reese went to. The one that had a picture of Finch.
Yeah, that she was...
There.
It's Grace.
What did we discuss about boundaries?
A little stingy on the sprinkles.
Tastes like dog.
42-year-old family man. Owns a small hardware store with his wife.
Suburbs. Never had a number out there before.
Unfortunately, murder isn't confined to a zip code.
I wouldn't go back to this place.
He doesn't need
Now
to
he's
know.
got a whole box of donuts to himself.
Yeah, true. Crime rate by precinct.
Weiler been married to his wife for 14 years.
So we found the most boring man in New York.
How exciting.
Yeah.
We're looking for the sharpening kit for his machete. Told you to call before you showed up, trying to get me busted with my wife.
Oh.
You want these or not?
Yeah, just make it faster.
Looks like Weiler might be dealing more than power tools, Finch.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, it looked a bit dodged, didn't it?
A little bit.
Tickets to Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
For Mom's birthday?
No, you fixed it. Thank you.
This guy's a saint.
Not so sure.
Oh.
Hard to see how he had the money to move east.
Maybe he met a reclusive billionaire.
In the event that he did, he made a few phone calls around Fort Wayne. And I did uncover one record. His death certificate. The real Graham Weiler died in 1997.
What?
Whoever you've been following stole his identity and has been using it for the past 15 years.
Wrote the life on a dead man's name.
I haven't seen you around here before. You new in town?
Passing through, actually.
Unfortunately, not fast enough. You're in a no parking zone.
Any way you could let me off with a warning?
So shall I pay this out of petty cash?
Or to detail someone in the suburb.
There's a quaint 3-bedroom that's just gone on the market across from the Weiler. You can move in tomorrow.
Oh my god. He just
You're
bought
gonna be
it.
neighbors. There is one element of your cover that you'll have to acquire on your own.
A woman.
Back so soon, Zoe?
Sorry to hear it came from that reporter.
We should spend a little more time together.
What is it this time?
Zoe
Some
Morgan,
guy in the suburbs.
will you be my wife?
His little smirk.
She's like, it's a dream come true.
She looked a bit worried. I like how Finch can just splash on a new car and house and life.
Consider us even.
That mean you don't want me to carry you across the threshold?
When this is over, I might have to fight you for custody of the dog.
Depends if you can speak his language.
Wanted to thank Ms. Morgan.
How could I resist? Somebody had to see to it that John didn't burn down the block.
We'll see what happens.
Who knows?
Any ideas on how to become the Weiler's new best friends?
John, it's doorbell. Try not to shoot any Girl Scouts.
It's a bit extreme.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Just
Wow.
wanted to stop by and welcome
As if they just appear.
I'm Clutz Weiler. I made you guys some ambrosia. Just bring it
How?
back anytime.
We're having some people over this afternoon for a barbecue. So
Okay, very well.
see you then.
That was easy.
Very easy.
It's the suburbs, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thanks.
everyone's
Didn't
very
help but notice
friendly.
I sell private security systems.
I reinforce the locks on my doors and windows. It's pretty much all the security you need around here. Getting harder and harder to keep up with the big box chain.
One appreciates an honest man trying to make a living.
I feel like he's like poking the hornet's nest.
How did you meet John?
I was stranded in a bad part of town. Spent the rest of the evening running around the city.
John kind of reminds me of Graham, the Restless. Don't worry, he'll calm down.
I don't know if he ever will.
Yeah.
Have you seen my necklace?
Oh, not since I fixed it.
Who do we know in Philadelphia? This postcard came.
The gang? No?
It's adorable. That's a good one.
That's a bit ominous.
He's gonna take DNA, isn't he?
That would work.
Weiler spooked about something. Connie's in the dark.
You got a makeup brush?
Are they gonna use gunpowder as like
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. John's very handy, isn't he?
He is. Oh, fingerprints, not DNA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You find another bad guy?
She's got
That's what I'm trying to
fringe.
find out.
It's new, isn't it?
Isn't it? She
Yeah.
looks different. Looks fresh.
That doesn't look so bad.
Start with your search in Philadelphia.
We're not getting on a plane to Philly, are we?
Who already went to Texas?
Wait.
The party never stops when you're around. People do for fun.
Got any ideas?
Poker.
Oh. I thought like Twister or something was going to come out.
In or out, dear.
Ever known me to run from a fight?
Two pair.
Well, damn.
How do you play poker with two people like that? That are both like their careers are poker faces, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Got fared better than Weiler. He looks exhausted.
He's spooked.
Sorry about that, Lloyd.
We know him, don't we?
I don't think so.
No, I must have.
Sounds like more than a
Lloyd.
case of mistaken identity.
I
I
don't
just
think
feel
we
like
do.
we've seen them before. Maybe I'm imagining
I
it.
think you might be.
Just took off with a friend.
It'll be the same men that sent Weiler the postcard.
Something tells me they're not in town for a reunion.
Who are they?
Who
Who's
knows?
Lloyd?
I found your guy. Was wanted for a string of robberies and home invasions. He was a career thief. I'm sure Philly PD would love to have a talk with him.
Lloyd.
Let me guess. First name's Lloyd.
Lloyd Pruitt.
He worked with a crew.
Chris Vaughn and Daniel Burnside.
Recognise them, didn't we?
I guess your guy Lloyd missed that job. Vaughn shot an unarmed guard. He's dangerous.
That's creepy.
I thought they were gonna have seen Reese then.
Yeah. Nah, he's too much in the shadows.
Once here. I'm gonna have a few words with him.
Just gonna like straight up, what's he gonna do to him?
You never know with Reese.
No. Oh, jeez.
Is that their car?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Sucks about the car, Lloyd. Nice running into you today, though. Why don't we grab a drink? Got some catching up to do.
Quite intimidating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like Weiler's past has come back to haunt him.
Can't run from your past.
You can't.
Catch up to you.
Just be good.
Just be good.
To all the camera feeds through your cell phone.
This alarm
Sends a signal to a private response team.
Him.
How are we doing, Harold?
I didn't even question who it was.
While crew attempted to gain access to the house, a safe was cracked using a technique called lock manipulation. All of it done by ear. Vaughn shot the guard to motivate the jewelry store manager to open the safe.
The one job
So
Weiler
it's-
didn't show up for.
He was the safe cracker. They blame him for getting locked up.
He wasn't even there.
No doubt remind
Say they can't cover the cost of a rental.
wait.
Right. Looks acting erratic.
What's going on with you?
Nothing you need to worry about.
How can I not?
I'm catching a train into the city.
Let me give you a lift. Save you some time.
I feel like he just needs to come clean to him and be like, look, I'm a ghost, you're a ghost. Someone's after you, I'm here to help you.
Yeah, but then he might have more questions, is the problem.
I look out for Connie and Izzy. Nothing I wouldn't do for them.
Oh.
Seems that way.
I'll be back.
So weird seeing them just put it in the sink, like.
Oh yeah,
because they got
garbage.
treasure. Yeah, we don't have that.
We met at a Springsteen concert in Jersey.
Bruce Springsteen. There you go.
Creep wouldn't stop hitting on me. And suddenly Graham appeared. He pretended to be my boyfriend. There was something different about him.
That one moment changed your whole life.
Yeah.
Like he's watching it on TV.
Finch was very invested.
Ooh, off we go.
Ready to have some fun? How good are you at finding connections that no one knows exists?
Ooh.
Between the cowboy and the taxi driver.
Oh, I love this stuff. It's so good.
Fifth cousins.
What?
This jogger. It's her again. So you found something interesting on Grace Hendricks? You haven't found a single anomaly in this woman's life. She's honest, decent, which is what sets her apart from everyone else here.
How their love affair began. The machine picked her for him.
Back in the city, where we belong.
Yeah.
He looks so weird in not a suit.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get used to.
Trying a new look?
Well, I'm missing my old one.
Dishwasher. Only kind of job a con like me could get. My boss shows me this Facebook photo. There's Lloyd Pruitt, standing in the background of this photo.
Wow.
My long-lost friend. Smiling, laughing. I told you the job was dangerous. You owe us, and we're here to collect.
Lloyd, you're the best safecracker we know. Why would we want to kill you?
We're gonna break into an Everhold safe. It's a high road job.
The high road.
It's a lovely home.
Creek.
Next time we take something with a heartbeat.
They're lovely.
They threatened his family. Taking him down.
Catch them in the act. Are you gonna watch this family forever to make sure they listen?
John's gonna do what it takes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 10 p.m.
I slipped a burner phone on their truck.
What about Weiler?
We got a decision to make.
Is he gonna go back to robbery or burglary?
What decision does he really have to at the same time?
What
decision does he have?
Yeah, they threatened his family. You don't look too happy.
No. Well, he's just gonna walk away from his family, you know?
Yeah. Just slip out, go do a little burglary.
And then never come home.
What are we gonna do if he goes through with the job?
With Weiler serving jail time, there's not much Vaughn could do.
We'd risk breaking up his family. They might never forgive him. I know the prospect of a normal life seems remote to people like us, Mr. Reese.
Graham?
Make sure he hasn't already left.
Imagine finding a note like that from someone. Like, it'd be like,
Mr. Reese, I'm afraid Weiler's made our decision for us.
Numbers up, Finch. When he's done cracking that safe, Fun's got no reason to keep him alive.
Wow. Bam.
GPS location on Burnside's pickup.
Ah, the suit's back.
What about tracking the safe?
There are more than 50 of them in Manhattan.
Roll back the GPS history on the pickup.
They parked for 4 hours outside a Midtown bistro. Residential high-rise. Everhold safe was installed on the 42nd floor last year.
I love how they work things out.
Yeah.
Friend's desk is not going to let you just walk in.
Of course.
Is there any way to see into that room before I go in?
Units are equipped with smart home technology. So, yes, I'm sure there's something.
Good. Call Carter, have her meet us there.
Is this going to be the right place?
Huh?
Is it going to be the right
I
place?
imagine so.
Catering?
Yeah.
What do we need guns for?
What didn't I tell you? We're walking into a hot one. The guy who lives here is a gem dealer.
Seems very extreme for just a
Guess you
save.
forgot a mask for me.
Must have miscounted. Sorry, buddy.
Mario Luigi.
Yeah.
Everyone in the corner, now!
I don't know the combination.
You never thought you'd be trying to get on the other side of one of these again?
It needs to be quiet.
Hey! Shut up! Or get shot!
Yeah, point a gun at them. That's going to make them shut up.
Oh, I like that sound. Good. He just wanted a normal life and he's been dragged back.
Already inside, Mr. Reese. I need to see just how encrypted their system is.
As soon as I pull Weiler out of there, be ready to round up the crew.
You haven't had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Detective Carter.
Zoe. John's right.
Story.
You can totally see them being husband and wife.
Rupert.
Who did you say I was?
Savannah, an exotic dancer.
Ooh.
Not quite what he envisioned. What the?
What was
He
it?
just jumped over the balcony.
Oh, that's fine.
Television is equipped with a camera software. I may
gonna
be able to
rappel
trick the
down the
camera into
building.
turning it. And we have eyes. I don't think you're going to be able to simply walk through the front door.
I don't think he had any intention. Oh, it's so cool.
God.
Oh, he's so badass, repelling from the building. What a good shot. That was so good.
How do you crack safes?
Vibrations, right?
I'm in, Finch.
Is he dressed up as the guy?
Forget about it.
Some kind of panic button.
I'm afraid that's correct, Mr. Reed. Even if I canceled it, the call's already gone.
It's too late.
Only got a few minutes before they show up. What's the situation like upstairs?
Delicate.
He's alerted the cops.
This is so
That's
cool.
it, then we're out of here. You want to go to jail again?
All that's changed is you've got 3 minutes to open that safe.
Ugh.
Or I kill you right now.
Jesus.
If he opens it, he doesn't have a life to go back to. If he kills him right now, he doesn't have a life to go back to. Either way.
In the event that the police arrive before he escaped.
Almost made it a whole day without you two asking me to break the law. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Detective.
Got it.
Finch, I think that's your cue.
Sending an audio file to the surround sound system. This might get loud.
You ruined my life.
In the knees.
Nice.
It's been so long, you probably don't remember how that thing works.
I think he remembers. How confused.
Everybody on me, we're gonna take the west stairwell.
If you pull that trigger, Graham Weiler dies with him.
I don't think he had it.
I knew you didn't. You were always.
It's about time.
Man.
We gotta go. Get out of there.
Come on.
Oh, nice. She said the east there was clear.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They said to go out the way.
Yeah.
I left a note telling her everything. I'm supposed to go back like nothing's ever happened?
What they mean to you, that's real. The past is a difficult thing to outrun.
Maybe it's time to stop running.
Graham?
He's too good.
You don't have to do this.
Yeah, I do.
He may have decided to turn himself in, but you need to get out of there.
That's true.
Well, we saved his life.
Yeah, he did
but-
save his life.
Yeah.
Turning state's evidence. I was wondering if I could talk to Graham.
He told me you helped him out.
Oh.
This is my stop. Unlike you, I'm stuck here. Judge didn't think I was a danger to society.
That's not so bad.
The washer's making that noise again.
Right there. Put her through a lot. Whatever reason, she's still there when I wake up in the morning. That says something.
Well, it all worked out.
Is Zoe going to be there?
Well, yeah. They're going to leave together, husband and wife.
Yeah.
Unless, well, this means the end of their...
Yeah, they're moving out. We're divorced now.
That's what I was going to say, but...
That's the part where we get divorced.
I was literally going to. I didn't... So I thought...
Didn't work out. Stay one more night, try to win some of that money back.
One vanilla cone. Yes, please. In January, I always keep a few of these for when you come by.
How is that prepared?
He saw him coming.
Machine is...
Huh?
That machine.
Hello.
Remember what she said?
Is it something about eating ice cream in January?
I saw her. It was the middle of January in a park, and he just smiled to me holding an ice cream. There he was. So, that was The High Road. What did you think of that?
I liked it. It was quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was different and not in the city.
Yeah.
Just an ordinary guy, it seemed. I mean, that's kind of what we get a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Is that person seems normal, but
yeah, they
someone
got
else.
a past and a history.
Yeah, but it was an interesting one. And we got a bit more of a Harold story. Yeah. So there we go. It actually started off on day 859, May 8th, 2004.
Yeah.
With Nathan and Finch walking along.
Yeah, talking about the machine and...
I think, yeah, they started talking about... Nathan was talking about, how do you know if you're really with the one? Because we found out he's separated.
Yeah.
So he's like, how does anyone even know who the one is? Like,
Yeah.
even if when you meet them and that. Which I think is a theme that carried on. Because
Yeah.
obviously later on, Connie spoke about she knew he was the one when
Yeah.
she saw him. And then obviously... There's something about Grace with Finch,
Yeah.
so yeah. But yeah, that's where he got the laptop out, and they were talking about the machine and how he had to teach it.
How to be a human.
Well, basically, what humans were like, what they. Basically, yeah, he had to teach them everyone, even people who didn't seem that.
Yeah, because there was a guy
Crazy.
on the thing, and it's like, what do you think about him? And he's like, oh, he tied it too tight, obviously. Talking about drugs, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But then he's like, no, he was a violinist or...
Yeah, in the Philharmonic Orchestra, right, or something. But he basically, had to teach...
But then Nathan goes, well, how's that going to stop terrorism? And that's when Félix says about, but the machine needs to learn about who people are to be able to detect the abnormalities of a normal sort of thing, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it has to know all the little details and find out about all the things that make humans, I guess.
And then Nathan made a little jab at him going, are you the right person to
teach it? Yeah. And then he found out about a person called Molly that Nathan had
24-year-old
been with the previous night.
He's like, oh, it's not just me, not just work that's helping you through the separation.
Yeah. And then it pointed them to Grace Hendricks.
So this must be an error.
Well, she's just not doing anything. She's just painting.
Yeah.
But we can carry on with this, basically.
Yeah.
So later on, he's still sitting in that park, and he's like, right,
I imagine it's a different day.
Yes, yeah, 100%. And he's like, I need you to find the correlation between the cowboy and the taxi driver.
Turns out, fifth cousins.
Yeah, he's like, really? He's like, yeah, basically he wants to see if the machine can see the thinnest thread between two people. And then he was like, okay, what about the correlation between this jogger and
then it zooms in on...
Grace again.
Grace
again.
again.
Grace again? I thought I sorted this out. What?
Yeah.
So what do you think of this?
It's interesting. 'Cause
The machine is clearly pointing him towards Grace, but why would the machine do that?
But we've seen that relationship that he's had with the machine.
Yeah.
And he talks to it like it is a person, like it's his friend.
So what do you think about the machine?
The machine has picked out a person that he deems is suitable for him.
Finch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's looked at interests, how they would connect, their emotional level. Like, it's able to look at everything.
And find the smallest thread. Even if it's small, it might not be.
These guys are destined.
What do you think of the machine? Because when we originally started the show, you're like, the machine is just, it shoots out numbers, it's watching everyone. But now we're seeing this. It protected him when he walked across the road.
Yep.
And then he got run over, and now it's hooking him up with someone.
Yeah.
So it feels like he even said, like, before that he had to teach you what it's like to be human.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's pretty scary, because, like, the machine's basically more than just spitting out numbers.
It reminds me a bit of this bit. I don't know if the person pulled something from it, but it just jumped into my head. The Ready Player One film.
Yeah.
Wasn't it that the girl would meet up with something about in that park with was it a bubblegum ice cream?
You're thinking of Free Guy.
I'm
you have got
thinking
the
of Free Guy.
completely wrong film.
I've got the completely wrong film.
I was like, when you started saying girl in a park and ice cream, I was like,
no, yeah, Free Guy.
Yeah, but that's different because he wrote a video game, but he taught it. So he wrote this program based around like the feelings he had for someone.
Yeah, it's just interesting because it's obviously AI characters in that film in the game.
Guess, yeah.
And like it's this computer, isn't it?
It's an AI that's learned, and
it just reminded me of that bit with the
ice
cream.
You didn't remember
in
the right film.
I remembered the scene, and the fact that he went up to him with an ice cream in the park.
Yeah, I get you. But yeah, what you're basically saying is
the smallest of friends.
What you're saying is like it's a similar thing with AI, is that it's or like a machine, like a computer, where it's learning from things and evolving. Yeah. But yeah, later on he goes and buys an ice cream. The guy even comments, "It's January. Even in January, I can count on you to buy one."
Yeah, because doesn't he walk up and he's like, "Vanilla ice cream," and he's like, "Oh, am I that predictable?"
It's like, no, you don't.
No, you just think about, is it pleasure or...
Yeah, you don't deny yourself of the simplest pleasures. Yeah.
And he's like, and then he's like, "You're the only reason I keep a few of these in stock over the winter."
And then text message.
Yeah.
Grace. And
she's there.
Sitting, painting. And then he walks up and he's, So we got it in the previous episode.
Hello.
Yeah, where she said how she met him.
Yeah.
And it was in the park, and there he was in the middle of January eating an ice cream, and he smiled at me.
Yep.
And there we go. Yeah, it's really nice they showed that. But yeah, so that was basically that part of the story. We didn't get much else in terms of machine. Like, it was just that. So, but it connects with like what we said with the love at first sight thing with Connie and Graham. But the
number the machine gives is just an ordinary guy that lives in the suburbs.
Graham Weiler.
Yeah, and even
married for 14 years.
Reese says that's quite out in suburbs because it's usually in city.
Yeah.
So what does Finch go and do?
Well, not yet. Buys him a house, yeah?
Yeah, buys him a house.
I don't think yet, because I think first he's watching him in the park, because he's parked, and then he's just watching him with his kid, right? He gives her the... No, that's after the shot. No, he... Yeah, but he is watching the family, because then the police cop comes up and says, You new here?
Oh yeah, I guess so. That must be when he goes...
I think he must give her...
He goes into the hardware, doesn't he? Because of the shop, and then that's when, in the shop, he sees the envelope exchange with the guy, and then he's like, I think this guy's into more shadier stuff than we think.
Yeah.
Then they end up at the park.
Yeah, that's when he's watching him, and he gives their
shows their tickets to...
For Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And gives her the necklace.
And
that's when a cop says, what are you doing here? You knew? Yeah, you're in a non-parking zone.
He's like, could you give me a warning? And then he goes back to the library.
He's got a parking ticket, yeah. So.
And they make a comment about it's going to be harder in the suburbs. Don't they?
Yeah, he says it's going to be a lot harder to track someone in the suburbs than in the city.
And then that's when Finch is like, well, it's okay. You've just moved into this house opposite them.
Yeah. I think before the ticket, though, we find out that... So Finch has gone through like records, and then he's gone to like a heritage site or something.
Yeah, and then he finds out that
he's got a death certificate.
Yeah.
1997. He died.
Yep. So
they're like, who is he? He's
not who
ghosting.
he is.
Yeah. But that's when he's like, there's a house opposite theirs.
Yeah.
550 grand, not too much. I'll get you a new car, new clothes, new golf set.
All you need to do
is find
a wife.
Oh, this is the donut thing as well. I forgot about the donuts.
Good, yeah.
Bear tries to grab the donuts and licks them and whatnot.
Boundaries.
And then Reese comes in and eats. Which is about to say.
She's like, do I?
He's about to, and then it's too late.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then
don't go to this donut place anymore. I like little bits like that. But yeah, so he basically goes to Zoe and asks,
will you be my wife?
She looks like really like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when they move in.
Yeah. I like how, like, Zoe is like, does tame Reese down a little bit, because it's like, they're like, the doorbell goes and he's like getting the gun out, and then she's like, how about we don't shoot our neighbours on the first day?
We don't shoot any Girl Scouts.
Yeah, like
it's the doorbell. Well, first they're debating, they're like, how do we like
we have to go over and introduce ourselves, and then they're at the door. I do like the fact they turn up at the door and they're like, I made this for you, and I'm like, how do they know someone?
Well, maybe they knew.
In?
They probably saw the sold sign. Maybe.
Well, they just had this bowl.
Maybe, yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah, for days.
Yeah.
That was easy. They made friends. Yeah. There you go.
And they go around for a barbecue later on.
Yeah, we got barbecue come around. So they go round. They're just generally chatting. I mean, I feel like John is like poking at him a few, like, because he talks about like working in a hardware store, but it's getting harder for nobody's coming in.
Yeah, and then
he's like, oh,
honest man.
It's hard for an honest man to make a living or whatever. And it's like,
That's when we also find out about the daughter's necklace going missing.
Yeah, she comes out and is like, where's my necklace?
He's like, well, you must better tidy your room more.
He definitely seems like a very normal guy this whole time, because he's like, oh yeah, you need to tidy your room once in a millennium. Yeah. All this.
Then Bear's there as well, the dog.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, this postcard. Do we know anyone from Philadelphia? That's when I made the Sunny joke.
And all it has is an address on it, doesn't it? It doesn't. It's literally a blank.
Yeah. And he's like, can you man the grill? And then walks off. But
yeah,
we kind of get a conversation between Zoe and Connie talking about, like, she's like, Graham was the same when he moved here, very like agitated and whatnot. He'll be fine. Yeah. Is that when they talk about how they met?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I'm not too sure. I think she's like, oh yeah, I was in a bad part of the neighbourhood and he was there, and then we ran around town all night, which isn't a lie. But that's when John steals the beer bottle. Yeah. Gets a fingerprint, uses gunpowder, makeup brush.
Then sends it over to Carter.
Yep. He's got a nice new haircut. Yeah. Looks very nice. Yeah. So, and then they're like, well, what do we do while we're waiting around? Play some poker. Yeah. See, I like little moments like this. We saw Zoe quite recently. Yeah. It feels like she's becoming more regular, because obviously we saw her in the...
She's his wife.
Yeah, my wife. We saw her in the finale, second finale, one of those two. But with the whole root thing, she was there. And then we saw her... When was she last in an episode? It was recent. I can't remember.
The mob one?
I feel like it might have been. Don't know. Yeah.
Because they were trying to they needed the politics side of it to know.
Yeah, I think
the one with the different politics. You know, when there was the people were running for mayor.
Yeah, it was the last one. Yeah. It was literally the last episode.
Oh,
Jesus. Yeah. It's just we watch these with a gap in between, so it's been a little while. But yeah, literally last episode. So yeah, crazy. But they play a bit of poker, and John loses.
Because that's when he's in the car, and they're walking. Him and his wife are
just walking down the street,
carrying stuff, and then they're like, he doesn't look like he slept.
Yeah.
At all.
He forgot to change the oil.
Yeah, in the car.
That's
then
when a guy
bumps into him and says,
"Sorry, Lloyd." Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, he must have mistaken me."
That's when we find out.
Yeah.
Carter calls up and's like, "The fingerprint got run. One arrest,
but wanted for a string of robberies."
Lloyd Pruitt. Yeah, he's he was the safecracker. We find out eventually. But yeah, but he was running a gang. Chris and Daniel were arrested. They're in prison.
Yeah, 12 years they served.
Yeah.
But they're out.
Yeah, seems like it.
They look very similar to the guys that we are.
Yeah, this is where we see another. Are they playing football, soccer, whatever?
Soccer.
Yeah, and that's when the guy's watching him.
Yeah.
Very creepily.
They walk up to their car and it's on fire.
Yeah, so Reese was going to go talk to the guy, try and catch up with either Chris or Daniel, whoever it was. But the fire, they set his car on fire.
Yeah.
Lloyd's car. I say Lloyd, Graham. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Graham? Yeah, right? Yeah. I got confused because I wrote Grace, so I was like, that doesn't say Grace. Oh, that's Grace. Grace and Graham. Yeah, and he gets a phone call saying, "Oh, sorry to hear about your car. It was nice bumping into you.
Lloyd.
Meet here tomorrow. Do it." That's when it's cool because earlier Reese mentioned about him working in some kind of high-tech security thing, and he was like, "Oh, I'm more just of a hands-on tools guy. You only need like locks and
reinforce a lock."
Yeah, exactly. But this part we cut to, they're installing CCTV because of everything that's happened.
Finch is installing CCTV.
Well, we don't know that first, and then he goes, "What do you think, Harold?" So good. But yeah, this is when we find out he was the safecracker.
Yeah. Because they work out that the string of robberies, all the safes were cracked.
Yes.
But then the last one...
Yeah, it's old school safe cracking.
Yeah, the last one they got arrested for, the safe wasn't cracked, it was a different thing. So that's when they realised, they reckon...
He bailed and they're blaming him. And the wife, Connie, she's talking about sorting something out, right? And then he flips on her. He's like, I can't, I've got to go now.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, we can deal with this together. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, he's like, I got to go.
Yeah, and then he walks out.
Reese gives him a lift.
I like how after Reese says, "Oh, where are you off to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just going into the city." He's like, "Oh, I'm meeting a client. I'll give you a lift."
Yeah.
But then I like how it pans back over to Finch, obviously looking at the cameras, and then we see that Connie is obviously reacted really badly to something and throws a phone, and Zoe is like up and out to like obviously build that relationship with Connie as well to try and work out what is happening.
She empties the bowl and goes over,
and
they're chatting away. And this is when they talk about when they met and stuff, and how he's always been there, and it's like he's always the one who's got a solution to things.
She hasn't seen him.
So basically, they met at a Springsteen concert. Some guy was hitting on her, and then he butted in and was there.
Pretended
and
to be when her boyfriend.
And that's when she knew he was the one.
Yeah.
And this is like goes with the whole talk before and the whole Grace thing and the whole. You see Finch listening very intently to the story. Think he misses her.
Yeah.
Very much, I imagine. He drops him off at the bar.
Yeah. And then drives a little bit further down the road, gets out.
Oh, yeah, he does,
parks his car, gets out of the car, gets in another car, and it's Carter's car.
Yeah, and they're listening in.
Yeah, Carter says it's obviously been...
They've been there half an hour or something.
Looking at the truck, because she lets him know he's been there a while.
But they basically have a meeting, and these guys are basically pissed, because...
he bailed
They finally get out of prison after 12 years, and then he's working his only job he can get as a dishwasher, and then he sees a picture... And in the background...
Lloyd, happy.
Well, he's in the background of the picture, yeah.
Yeah, with kids and...
a family. He's like, well...
You owe us.
Yeah.
We're going to do this robbery.
Yeah, so he thought he was going to, he thought it was something more serious, but they're recruiting him for another job.
Yeah. 10 p.m, if you don't turn up... Because he's a bit like...
I'll take something with a heartbeat this time.
Yeah, because he shows that he's already been in his house.
Yeah. Lovely home.
Yeah.
Very creepy, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell, I know, obviously we didn't see, like, Lloyd as he was before and how he used to act and stuff, but he seems like a good guy from this episode and his actions and the way he is. I don't know. But they don't seem like that. They seem very creepy and weird. But yeah, he basically sneaks out. He drops the necklace in her room, his daughter's room.
Well, no. There's a bit that you missed.
Oh, literally, Reese drops a burner phone in the truck and that's it.
Because they threaten his family. They're like, we'll be leaving with something with a heartbeat next time.
Yeah,
Reese is then in Carter's car, like, getting his gun ready. Like, and she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, you threatened family. She's
Game
like,
over.
We need to catch them in the act. At the moment, it's just conspiracy.
to commit robbery.
Yeah. So that's when Reese then gets out of the car and drops a burner phone in the truck so they can track that pickup wherever it goes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, so that's when he sneaks out. Yes. He drops the necklace in her room, leaves a note, and then goes. They only just realise a bit late, don't they, Reese and all that he's gone. Because obviously you hear over the phone Connie going, "Oh, Graham, where are you? What's going on?" And they're a bit like, "Check the cameras."
So he's already gone and then he's evaded his own security system.
Yeah.
So then they're tracking the phone for the truck, but then it's in an import or something, or a impound. So they've obviously ditched everything.
But they work out that it's gone through all these places, and they work out how many whatever they are safes there are. Something. Yeah. And the one
track
nearest
where they've been staking out, and then that's when they realise where it is. And it just so happens that Zoe has a friend of a lawyer that lives in the same building.
She got him out of a tricky situation or something, but it's like a high-rise apartment building with smart interior, and he's like, yeah, do you think you can hack into anything? And he's like, well, they're boasting they got smart, all fitted with smart, like it's a smart house basically, so yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I love this because so they actually pose as like catering people to get into the building. And then there's guns and stuff, and then...
Well, when they get into I like that, because they push in a little trolley along, they get into the elevator, and when they take the lid off, it's just guns inside.
And masks.
But none for him.
No.
He's like, oh, you didn't get me a mask? Oh, miscounted.
But I like it when Reese and Zoe turn up at the thing, because they get let straight in, and then the doorman's like, oh, yes, Zoe and your friend who's waiting for you. And then Reese is like, so who did you say I was? She was like, an exotic dancer.
He's like, When the door opens, he's got white, like champagne and the glasses.
Yeah,
and he's
is that change of player?
Sorry. But going back, I do like how Graham, he's very passive aggressive towards the guy, because like obviously he's like, oh, honest mistake, I guess, you dick. But
But they storm into the house, guns blazing.
Yeah, he said, well, first of all, he asked back in the elevator, he's like, why the guns? He's like, oh, didn't I tell you? It's a hot one. There's people staying over, like he has parties while his old man's away or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they storm in, hold them all hostage, and he's like...
Crack the safe.
I like how the guy's like, well, I don't know the combination. He's like, that doesn't matter. We've got the guy.
He's like, but I need it to be silenced, and then they start waving the guns around more.
Shut up or I'll shoot you. Yeah. He starts cracking it. This is where we find out Reese is in the apartment, and Finch is like hacked into the smart TV because he's got a camera and they can see, and he's like, it's a very tricky situation. I don't think you're going to get in there.
Yeah, through the front door, and he's like, I'm not going through the front door.
No plans of it. That's where he rappels down the bloody building. He's just Batman. Yeah. We spoke about this. It's so cool. But the FUD, they can hear it. He's like, go check it out. I love this shot as well. The guy's looking out the window, and then the door closes, and he's in the reflection. Yeah. He just passes him out, it's like Hitman.
Yeah.
Takes his costume, and then takes his place. Unfortunately, the son, whoever's in the apartment, he presses the button.
The panic
button. So it's calling the cops.
And then one of them starts to beat him up, then Reese is like pulling him back off, and then... Yeah, they're like, the police are going to be on their way.
Yeah.
That's when they're like... Finch is like to Carter, like, have you been alerted of this? And she's like, they're already on their way. A few minutes
and they'll be on the way. It's like, any chance, like, if you do capture them, you can help Reese out? And she's like, oh, to think, I almost went a day without you asking to be buried the law. I like that a lot. Yeah.
But then Graham starts to get a bit like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
That's when he kind of says, if you don't do it, you're dead.
Yeah. It's like, you want to end up in prison? That's what's going to happen if we stay here. He's like, you do it or I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
So he has to carry on. But he basically finally breaks it open, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the guy threatens him to shoot him anyway. He's like, you ruined my life.
Yeah.
He's holding a grudge against him, even though Graham was the one who told them to walk away from the job that got them caught. So, and he's trying to tell them to walk away again.
Yeah. Trying to be the better person.
Well, that's when Reese intervenes.
Yeah.
Takes him down. Graham gets the gun, and then
I
he's
like
got
how
him
he
against.
takes his mask off.
Yeah.
And then Graham's obviously like,
what?
But Graham's ready to kill this guy, like,
Yeah.
gun in the face, and the guy's like, "You're not going to do this. You don't even know how to pull a gun anymore because."
And then he cocks it. He's like, "I know." Well, no, he doesn't, but he knows what he's doing.
But then Reese persuades him to not
ruin his life. Yeah. Basically, it's like this guy's going to spend decades in prison, but like you've changed your life. You can. Yeah. This you'll just go down with him. So yeah. But he convinces him, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I knew you didn't have it in you." Before he can finish, he gets punched out by Reese.
Then Reese gets a text message from Carter saying East stairwells.
Because basically she went to the west with all the...
Yeah, she turned up and she was like, "Right, we can take the west stairwell."
Which is really cool because then she messages Reese to like, warn him. Yeah. But they get out, and that's when Graham's like, "I'm gonna give myself in. I can't keep running. I've told her everything anyway."
Yeah.
And I need to.
I can go home. Sort
of thing. So he is a good guy because he wants to.
He understands what.
I mean, despite running away from it originally and then leading another life, he still wants to be responsible for what he did, I guess. So yeah, there you go. But we find out the judge let him off because he's not a danger to anyone. So he's on house arrest.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's when.
Zoe and Reese again.
I was going to jokingly say it, but then I was like, "Oh, actually, I think that's what the next line is." So I didn't, but I kind of pushed you towards it a little bit. So
they're moving back into the city.
Yeah, one more game of poker before to win your money back. That's basically it. Yeah, we got the last scene with Grace and Finch. It was really nice. It's really cool because they're married in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember seeing an interview after, obviously, talking about like them being in the same show and stuff, and how weird it is. Yeah. So, but there we go. That was the high road. Yeah. Which he ended up taking the high road.
The high road was
because a
reference to. Was it the type of safe?
Yeah, it was the type of what they were doing. Yeah.
But then obviously he took the high road in the end as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in multiple ways because he didn't kill the guy, he turned himself in. Yeah. No, really good. I enjoyed that episode. It felt different because it wasn't all in the city, although they brought it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. No Fusco, no HR.
No.
But more focused.
Yeah.
A number.
Just.
Yeah. But I like how we got the Grace
and,
backstory as well. We got Zoe as well. Yeah, but there we go. That was episode. Was it 6?
I think so.
Yes, only however many more to go. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with Always Sunny on the channel next, I believe. Otherwise, more Person of Interest soon. So yeah, thank you. Really appreciate you watching. What do you want from the next time?
Do
you think we'll get any more HR?
Yeah. But then we've also got bloody Reese's partner from the beginning. We know more about.
Still got Stanton.
Yeah.
Still got Agent Snow. Is he out there? What is he doing?
Yeah.
Imagine if there's like a scene in like these where you just see him walking in the background or something. That'd be so cool.
So many unanswered questions.
Yeah. So crazy. But there we go. Hopefully we get some more answers next time because we still got Elias going on. We still got Root. We still got God knows. But there we go. Thank you again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.